Hey guys, I hope that you all are doing well. We are doing great. I feel like I say this in every video, but it's probably true. I am once again sleep deprived, so bear with me as I do this tutorial. Okay, so the tutorial that I'm doing today is one that, again, I posted a picture on Instagram and Facebook, and I asked if you guys were interested in an actual tutorial for that look. I originally took that picture about a year ago, so I'm having a bit of a hard time recalling exactly what I did for that look, but I've racked my brain and I think I have a pretty good idea of how to create that look. And if it's not exactly the same look, I think it'll still be a good one, so I don't think you'll be disappointed. I have gone ahead and moisturized, and I primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I use light, and that's because it's oil free and I tend to have oily skin, so I've primed my face and that's it. I am going to be using somewhat of a new foundation product. I did try this out. I practiced the look yesterday, and okay, so two things. This is like a semi-review on this product. It's the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder, and I've seen a lot of reviews and tutorials on YouTube for it, and I can't resist. I'm intrigued, so I want to try it out for myself, and I did. And I am very pleased. I really like the results. So it says on the bottle you have to shake it really good, because when I was in the store and like figuring out exactly which shade I would be, I didn't know that you had to shake it, and it was just like an oily mess that came out. But yeah, so you have to shake it really good, and then basically what happens is it goes on like liquid and then it kind of finishes as a powder. My shade is Nude Beige. Normally what I do with liquid foundation is I pour a little bit onto my hand. I'm not doing that with this one just because it is really liquidy, so you want to be careful. I'm taking my Sigma F80 Kabuki flat top face brush, and I'm just going to pour some of this product onto the actual brush. I don't normally do it this way, but I am this product. And then I'm going to dab it in, and then I will just blend it out.
You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Next, I'm going to be doing my under eye concealer. As I said, I'm tired. I always need concealer because I'm always tired. I'm using my good old faithful Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I'm using the brightener. And I will just dab that in under the eyes. And then I'll use the Beauty Blender to blend it out. Alright, next I'm going to seal the deal with the, real quick, I know that the foundation that I use today, it does turn into a powdery finish. For my oily skin, I do still need to use some sort of powdery finish to seal the deal. And so I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and I will be applying it with the e.l.f. Complexion Brush, which is just like a flat top kabuki, but I only use this with powder products, and I will just be applying that all over.
Feel the melody and the rhythm of the music around you.
Okay, so for the look that I am going for, I did do a little bit more contouring than I normally do. However, I had another tragedy with my product. I dropped my entire bag of makeup, and thankfully my like super expensive makeup was fine and stayed intact, but my poor little bronzer did not, so it's all crumbly. But I will be using the Revlon Photo Ready bronzer, and I'll apply it with the e.l.f. blush brush, and I've used this before, and to me it's just too small for blush, and I like to it's more comfortable for me to use it for contouring, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'll just focus the contouring on these sections of my cheeks, and then a little on my nose and my forehead and underneath my lips.
Feels like our love's intertwined. We can be two rebel hoes, breaking the rules, me and you and I. All you gotta do is watch me. Look what I can do with my feet. Baby, feel the beat inside. I'm driving, you can take the front seat. Just need you to trust me.
Alright, so for my blush, I'm using the e.l.f. blush, and the shade is Pink Passion. And I'll be using the same e.l.f. complexion brush that I always use. It looks just like a big old fluffy blush brush.
We only got one night. Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Alright, so now we're moving on to the eyes, which is, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but the eyes are my favorite part. I love creating eye looks. I just love it. I will be using the e.l.f. palette. I'm using this palette because you're bound to have some of these colors on hand, and I don't want to use one specific palette and have you feel like you have to go out and purchase that palette, because you don't. I'm going to be using a highlight shade on my inner lid and under my brow. That's what I'm doing first, and I'm just using a flat shading brush. I'm going to be using the Sigma E55, and I'm just going to grab and combine the top shades here. And like I said, only applying it to the inner lid and under the brow.
And my mama swore that she would never let herself forget. And that was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love. If it does.
Alright, so I'm going to take the other side of the same brush, and I'm actually going to be grabbing a very dark color. You can choose whichever depth of shade that you are comfortable with, but for the look that I am recreating, I did use a very dark color on the outer portion of my lid. So from this palette, any of these shades are going to be perfect. Combine them as you wish. The point is, we're putting a dark shade on the outer lid.
Maybe I know somewhere deep in my soul love never lasts, and we've gotta find other ways to make it alone, or keep a straight face. And I'm
taking my Sigma E40 shading brush, and this is going to be used to put a crease color all over my crease. And again, you can choose whatever color you're comfortable with, but I think I'm going to combine these shades right here and apply that all over my crease.
None of it was ever worth the risk, and you are the only exception. You are the only exception. You are the only exception.
With my original look, I did add a little bit of a crease color that was darker, so I'll be using my Sigma E25 brush, and I'll just be grabbing darker brown shades from the palette.
Oh, I've got a tight grip on reality, but I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you're leaving in the morning when.
And then I'll blend that out with the same big fluffy brush and not add any more color, just blend it out. So I am a huge fan of using the little makeup applicators that come with your eyeshadow kit. So I'm going to be using the makeup applicator that came with this e.l.f. kit, and I'm going to use the exact same color that I used here on my outer lid and just apply it directly under my lower lash line and stop right in the middle.
The only exception, and you are the only exception. You are the only exception.
And with the other end of that same applicator, I'm going to use the highlighting shade and just apply it to the inner portion of my lower lid. I'm moving on to my eyebrows. We all know what I'm using. It's the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit, and I will be using the same small angled e.l.f. brush that I always use. Any small angled brush will do. And I will combine the two shades, and as I always do, I will make sure to define the arch first and then fill in the brow from there.
As long as you love me, I need your help. As long as you love me, I need your time. As long as you love me, when everything's wrong. As long as you love me, you make it right. I better find your love. Found love in a hopeless place. I better find your heart.
So before I move on to the liquid eyeliner and mascara and all of that, I'm going to seal my whole face with the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. And I'm just going to hold it away from my face and spray it all over. Alright, now I'm going to be grabbing my e.l.f. eyelash curler, and I will curl my lashes, hold it for 8 to 10 seconds. Alright, and I am going to be using for my eyeliner what I always use, which is the Jordana Fabuliner. It's a liquid eyeliner. Love it. I use it pretty much faithfully at this point. So I went ahead and did my eyeliner, and then I tightlined, and then I applied one coat of mascara to my upper lashes, and then did my lower lashes the way I always do, because I am going to be doing falsies today. I'll be using the Ardell Demi Wispies. This is what it looks like. I've used the lashes before, obviously, but the ones I'm using today are new, and so like I've recommended before, just go ahead and bend them a little bit so that they're sure to adhere better to your lash line. I'm going to hold the lashes in the center, and I'll be using my Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive. And I'll just apply a thin coat. That is the dog. Look, Zoe. And as I've said before, this needs to get tacky before you actually go ahead and put it on. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say tacky, basically it needs to dry enough to the point where it's not liquidy, but also still moldable. So that takes about 30 seconds. I'll go ahead and wait and let the glue get tacky. Alright, I'm calling that good enough. What I'm doing is holding it right here at the center, as you can see, and then I'm going to apply it right at the center of my lash line, and then I'll use my tweezers to adhere it to my inner lash line and my outer lash line, but I'm going to start at the center. And then I'm going to have to use a mirror for this because I cannot see.
Troubled, don't be afraid, but let me help. As long as you love me, I need your help. As long as you love
so then I'll just press with my tweezers, press against my lash line to make sure that the falsies have adhered to my lid. And you want to make sure that you apply them as closely to your natural lashes as possible, but you're not actually applying them on your natural lashes. You're applying them pretty much where you would apply eyeliner. Okay, so those are good. I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other eyelashes. And stay tuned. We are almost done. Okay, so while this eye adheres completely, I am going to go back over this eye just at the base of the lash line with my liquid eyeliner to conceal any glue that might be visible. So the final step for the lashes and the eyes is I'm just going to go back over with my mascara and kind of stamp the mascara against the lashes just to make sure that my natural lashes and the false lashes really adhere together. All you need is so the final thing that we have to do for this look is lipstick, and I am being a little bit redundant because I'm using exactly what I used in my previous tutorial, which is the Maybelline Vivids Hot Plum. and it's that kind of fuchsia, beautiful gorgeousness shade, and I'm just going to put that on my lips.
Do you believe in life after love?
And the reason I'm using that is because this shade lipstick is what I used in the photo that I posted asking if you guys wanted a tutorial for this look. Alright, so I'm just going to go over it with a gloss. I'm going to be using the Revlon Fuchsia Finery. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to go over that really lightly. So we're done. That completes the look that you guys requested to see. As you can see, we did a bit more of a bold eye. But it's fun. It's fun to mix it up and be a little bold and just, you know, step outside your comfort zone a little bit. But yeah, and like I said, with every step of the way, use what product you have on hand. Don't go buy the exact palette I'm using unless you feel the need, because it's, I mean, it doesn't ever hurt to have like something to play with. But yeah, this is the final look. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and hopefully it is what you were wanting, and hopefully it made sense. I always have fun doing whatever looks, whether you request it or if I just kind of come up with it, or like the previous one, go with the flow. I love doing this, so please leave me your feedback. Let me know if there's something that you really would like for me to be a little bit more specific and thorough on explaining any step of the makeup application process. I am more than happy to answer any of your questions and even dedicate a whole tutorial to your questions. So please ask and please communicate with me. If you want to know more about eyeliner or false eyelashes, I'm not necessarily a pro on false eyelashes yet, but I do enjoy using them. If contouring, any of that, if you have questions, ask me and I will do a tutorial just for you, I promise. So thank you guys again so much for being faithful and following me. I hope that you will continue to, and maybe the word will spread and we can have more friends on my channel. I love all of you. You all are so wonderful, and you're such a great support and encouragement, and I hope that you know how much you are loved. Have such a good day, and I cannot wait to come back and see you again soon. Bye!
Distance.